Ready to rock and roll. Okay, kids. Yeah, we're a little late. It's 9:05, but we will finish on time, I promise. Welcome to Northeast Tarrant County's 1 Million Cups community. Thank you for joining us. It is Wednesday, August 25th, 2021, in the year of our Lord. Kidding. Just a reminder, the mission is to help aspiring or current entrepreneurs succeed by establishing a supportive space where they can test, tweak, or validate their idea while connecting them to similarly diverse, driven members of their communities. Typically, we have one presentation. The presenters are not here to sell, invest, or gain exposure, but to share their business, their journey, their milestones, and their obstacles and barriers to success. Aaron, you got more than 6 minutes, man. Typically, it's 6 minutes for the presentation, followed by 20 minutes, but this is a unique circumstance where Aaron's a repeat presenter, and he's going to give us a tour. And then we will have community updates. First, like to give a shout out to our sponsors. Thank you all. Shay, Hype Math, thank you for the coffee this morning. It's very good. Yum, yum, yum. The North Richland Hills Library for the facility. I can't speak volumes of how awesome this library is. And then somebody named Michon Landry and her company, Culture Consultants. Michon, thank you for your service. You do a lot behind the scenes. Appreciate you. Organizers, some of us are in the room, some of us are virtual, but you can see us all here. Miss Diltz is back from a 3,500 mile journey between last Wednesday and this Wednesday. I don't know how many hours she drove, but I would never drive 3,500 miles in 5 days. Myself, Shay Jackson of our sponsor Hype Math, Natalia. And Natalia, I don't want to butcher your last name. Is it Gajic?
It's Gaich.
Gaich. Okay. Natalia Luka Doncic Gaich. I'm kidding. Natalia is with the city of Colleyville. Welcome, Natalia. I think this is your second 1 Million Cups. Is that right?
It's actually my first. So thank you for having me. I'm really excited to help in any way that I can.
Great. Yeah, Natalia, if you don't mind, since we're going, do you mind just introducing yourself? Give us a little bit of your background and your story.
Sure. So I am currently in UNT's Master of Public Administration program. I'm about to start my second year. Today actually is the first day of class for me. And I also recently started an internship with the city of Colleyville. So my focus is on local government and working within local government and connecting resources. So that's part of how I got introduced to 1 Million Cups. So I'm just really excited to step in and help in behind the scenes or however else I can. So.
Great, Natalia. And Chelsea Chelsea Rose is an important part of the community. And she lives right across the street from the library here. And one day we hope to have 1 Million Cups hosted out of the Colleyville Business Center. We have Miss Camille Corner with N2 Publishing. She's the jack of all trades, anywhere, everywhere, all the time. Mr. Hank Johnson of TCC Northeast. He's somewhere in the Himalayas right now. He took a still shot from his trek to Mount Everest. Miss Elizabeth Copeland, she's too busy talking to other people right now to acknowledge herself. Mr. Bradshaw behind the steering wheel at the mothership of the Northeast Tarrant Chamber of Commerce. And Miss Michon Landry of the Inclusive Leadership Institute and Culture Consultants from the mothership in northern North Richland Hills, holding it down at the confluence of North Tarrant Parkway, Davis, and Precinct Line. So good morning, everybody. So who's in the room? We are going to start with somebody in the room, actual room today, and then we're going to pick on somebody who's virtual. But for starters, I will pick on Jason Moore to introduce himself, who's in the room.
Thanks, Craig. My name is Jason Moore. I am a former public employee. I worked for 3 different cities and recently joined the private sector. My company is called E3. We fix buildings. We work primarily in the public sector. I decided to continue to try to be a part of the community in different ways. I heard about this actually through the
Thank you, Jason. So I'm gonna hand it over to Mishan to pick on somebody since she knows who's online and she does a good job identifying some of our newbies.
Hey, Craig, we couldn't hear Jason.
Oh, you couldn't?
We couldn't hear him.
Okay. Hold on one sec.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, wonderful.
All right. So my name is Jason Moore. I just left the public sector after about 15 years and joined the private sector with a company called E3. And my company fixes buildings. We work on mechanical, electrical, energy efficiency type projects for the public sector. One key note here is I just got my braces off, so I'm wearing retainers and it's hard for me to speak. So if I slur, that's why. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to being a part of the community again, this part of the Tarrant County, and look forward to hearing from all you guys.
You guys were wondering how old Jason, he is 17 years old. He's still on his parents' health insurance, so he was able to ride the braces. No, Jason didn't do himself justice. He started with the city of North Richland Hills in the public works department and moved around and ended up becoming the assistant city manager for the city of Richland Hills. So you may recall Jason in and around the community during his tenure there. Most recently, he was the director of economic development for the city of Louisville sector. And so he's now in the private sector, chasing the big bucks to make the millions. Thanks, Jason. And I think might be a good opportunity to touch base with Aaron after this meeting, because Aaron's a general contractor too. So, okay, Michelle, I'm going to pick on you to pick on somebody.
So I nominate Kendall. Kendall Rogers.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, yeah, I'm Kendall with Sparkyard. Some of y'all might know, some of y'all might not know, but Sparkyard is I guess an organization that helps connect entrepreneurs to the right resources at the right time. So we help do Spark plans. Basically, an entrepreneur reaches out and we help guide them to the different resources in the community. So a lot of y'all are probably resource partners with Sparkyard already. So thank you for everything that y'all do for our entrepreneurs in the community. I think that's way over 15 seconds, but that's all I've got.
Thank you, Kendall, for your introduction. I thought one of the prerequisites to work at Sparkyard was to have a handlebar mustache. Did you get a waiver on that?
Yeah, they said only one can fill that role, and it's the one and only Marco Johnson. So
Okay.
Hi, Darlisa.
She said hi, Darlisa. Oh, okay. Darlisa's in the shadows right now. She's the wizard behind the curtain. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to briefly introduce Aaron and unshare so he can share his screen. But Aaron Melvin, if you recall or don't recall, he is the founder and the visionary of the Tarrant County Makerspace. He was our second presenter with the Northeast Tarrant County community. He was also a former organizer with the Fort Worth 1 Million Cups community. He's also owner of the Melvin General Contracting Company. And his vision was not only just to be an entrepreneur, but to make a space in our region that focuses on small business and entrepreneurship, especially with those type of businesses that require using your hands and creating things. So his Makerspace has machinery, which we'll see here very shortly. It's located on 8151 White Settlement Road, and he is here to give us a virtual tour of the facility. Thank you, Aaron, for your time, and appreciate you willing to update us on your progress.
Yeah, well, thank you for inviting me back for this refill. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate everyone's attention. So just to briefly share my screen. So welcome to the Tarrant County Makerspace. Here in a little bit, we'll give you a virtual tour so you can see what the shop looks like and what we're doing. Basically, a Makerspace is a community space where it's kind of like a gym membership, where if you want to have access to tools and education, instead of going out and buying that equipment on your own, then you just pay a membership fee and you come in and use the equipment here at the community. So this is our website, tarrantcountymakerspace.com. Come for the tools, stay for the community. Our mission statement is we serve the community by unlocking the creative and productive potential of the individual. We believe that given the right environment, education, and tools, anything is possible. So creating a makerspace is kind of a tough nut to crack, because you need the community to justify all the costs up front, but you kind of need a space to call home for the community to actually rally behind. And so the space here is quite small. It's only 1,400 square feet, but it's a launch pad. It's where we want to call home for now. So my vision for creating the community is really through welding. I've got a 2-year degree in welding. And so I've had all the equipment and the experience for to know how to teach welding. So that's the website, tarrantcountymakerspace.com. This is our group page on Facebook. So just look up Tarrant County Makerspace. Here we post recent activities. So this last Saturday we had a student come in, and this student had never welded before, but by the end of the day he was proficient enough in MIG welding to be able to build this little box right here. It's a smoker, or it's a grill is what it is. So they're cut out on a plasma table, and students come in and learn how to weld, and actually go home with something that they've built themselves. So we had another event. There I am teaching. We had 3 students. This was about a month ago. So if you want to look at the updates, see what's going on up here, we do post regularly to this page. If you click on the events tab under the group, then we've got some upcoming events right here. We're going to be adding to this as time goes on. We're actually going to be doing a 3D print class here with Michael then, and I'll turn some time over to him here in a little bit after the tour to talk about 3D printing. So so that's it for the share screen. Let's go over to Bill, and we'll just kind of walk you around the shop. All right. So you get it? Sweet. All right. So this is yours. Yeah. Let me mute mine real quick. You guys hear me? All right. So, this is the shop. It's 400 square feet. These are our two main welding tables. These are our two main welders. There's three different processes that we teach here at the Tarrant County Makerspace. These are actually multi-process machines. They can do stick, TIG, and MIG. But they're right now they're set up for stick welding. So there's what's called an electrode. Put in your rod right here, and that's what creates the weld. So that's stick welding. This right here is TIG welding, stands for tungsten inert gas. Here you have a TIG torch, and this is what creates the arc, which melts the metal and fuse that. And then over here we've got MIG welding setup. So this is what our students come in here to learn. After 3 or 4 hours, we can get them proficient enough where they can MIG weld and assemble one of these on their own and take it home. That's really what we're focused on right now is the welding. But we have other equipment available. We've got a couple of kilns right now for pottery or anything else. Yep.
Hey, Aaron, can you speak up? We're having a little hard time hearing you.
A little too far away, but they couldn't hear through the microphone.
You still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Turn the volume up.
Microphone doesn't have a volume. Just have to be close enough to it.
All right. So this is a sandblasting cabinet. So if you have any small parts that you can clean, then bring it up here and use sandblasting to clean your part. Over here we've got a metal turning lathe. Just got this thing set up. So metal lathe, probably don't know what it is unless you've been in the industry or whatever. But basically we turn down metal. It's metal lathe. Drill press. This side of the shop is more of a paint shop. Still a work in progress. We've got the seating area that we're creating, not finished yet, obviously, but we are setting it up. That presentation, if you want to present, or one of you screen TV here. Plan on building out a media studio over on this side. So if there's any content that you want to record, have video media station. Could be a green screen. That area, plan on building like a kitchen area. These are sewing machines for leather working. So that's a class that we'll teach in here pretty soon. So let's go over to Michael to talk about 3D printing a little bit and what we plan on doing here.
Yeah, so a couple of y'all might have met me before. I'll need this one. I'm Michael Lynn. I run 3D Print Everything. We're a 3D print service shop that has been in business 4.5 years now. I think now 5 years. Met Aaron a while back. He was first just talking about this. I really wanted to get some interest. So it's really cool to see the space. I've been to the Dallas Makerspace, and one of the big differences that I wanted to help bring here to the Tarrant County Makerspace or the Dallas Makerspace is with 3D Print Everything. I'm a reseller of many 3D printers, and I've tried a lot of different brands. At the Dallas Makerspace, on their board of directors, one of the owners of Polyprint. Well, that's a really good connection for them. He's made sure that the Dallas Makerspace only has Polyprint, and I think they have one or two other ones, but they've got a really small amount of printers. So for such a large facility that brings in so many, they've only got, I think, 4 to 6 printers that people can come in and use. And some prints, if we even filled up this very small printer here, it can take 8 to 12 hours. They want you to sit there and wait for the print. So one of the things we're going to set up here is a much larger bank of printers at a much more affordable price. We're going to offer classes monthly where you can come in, learn how to use a printer, put your very first printer together that's brand new, figure out all the things, how to maintenance it, how to work on it, and then you can walk away with a working printer. So much like how he's doing the grills that you're going to learn how to weld and put something together yourself, you're going to learn how to 3D print and walk home with a 3D printer. And that'll be at a really affordable rate of around $350 for a class, a printer, and the filament to use. So that'll be a really good option compared to some of those printers that are $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. This really takes it into the, it's cheaper than most people's car payment. It's definitely buying your kid a bicycle, stuff like that. So a lot of people are really excited about this. And we're also going to set them all up on Octopi so that once we have these set up, people can access them either from home, or they'll at least be able to start a print at the Makerspace, go home, look at a camera, make sure to see when their print's done. They know they can come back up the next day, or something failed, they might be able to stop it. But there'll be different measures we can put in there, so there'll be a little bit of remote control from the house, which will be really nice. That might even be an option in the future where someone might be able to start it from their house, come here to the Makerspace, pick it up. Yeah, that's one of the biggest goals. Yeah, with the Makerspace, is make it a place where people can come, get their very first printer, come back, get some filament, learn. We'll host classes here, as well as come and hang out and talk about it.
Thanks, Michael. So that's basically the tour. Nutshell. Anyone have any questions?
We see it.
Who has a question? Darlisa has a question. Oh, sorry, Aaron, thank you for your presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Darlisa.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. So thank you for presenting again for us today, Aaron. Can you walk us through, so the last time you met with us, it was idea conception, you just got started. Can you walk us through or tell us some of the challenges you may have faced? And also, don't forget to share with us what your 1 Million Cups community can do for you. So I kind of got 2 questions in there.
All right. Yeah. So start with the challenges.
Or what the 1 Million Cups community can do for you.
Can do just give sincere feedback on the space and just the concept of having a makerspace. Poke holes in whatever ideas that have been presented. Yeah, I guess that's the main thing, is what you'd want to see in a makerspace.
Now the challenges, or talk us through your growth from the time you presented previous year to now.
So that has been a pretty big challenge. The timeline that I had envisioned was a lot quicker. It's been a lot slower than I'd hoped, but we completely we had to gut this whole space and renovate it. So that took a fair bit of time, and there's some things that have to be put in place before we can really start pushing membership. The idea behind a Makerspace is that you have 24/7 access to tools, to the space itself. And so to get it to that point, there's still some challenges that we have to address. So yeah, it's been a little bit slower than I'd like, but we're doing okay. We're doing okay.
Craig, you have a question?
Yeah, Aaron, just taking the tour, you have memberships that you offer for people to come in and utilize the Makerspace. Let's say there's a business out there or somebody, or even a person who doesn't have the skill set that needs a particular solution, like a tool or a part. Could they like call on the Makerspace and say, hey, I need this part, this kind of dimension, and somebody at the Makerspace build this for me? Have you thought about that as a channel for advertising the Makerspace, but also for possibly being you as a conduit to say, yes, we have a member who is skilled in welding and can build a miniature barbecue for you, that type of thing?
Yeah, I really hadn't considered that. I think that's a great idea. It's certainly true with 3D printing. It wouldn't be here at the Makerspace yet, but that could be farmed out to Michael. But I also got to Bill over here. He's the one that's been on the camera if there's any CAD work that needs to be done. But we do have a lot of connections, and I suspect over time we'll have more and more connections to industry. So we will be a good reference if you want some part built or something that we can't do it here, then we'll likely know somebody that could. But
so I think that would be a nice addition to your website.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I think that would be a nice addition to your website, like
Sure.
something like, hey, we can make it here, and if we can't make it here, we know of someone who can make it, something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, either the website or the Facebook, you might have like a separate one that says service providers that work with us or that aren't part of the Makerspace. You can list, you, welder, Michael Hunter, so-and-so, fabricator.
Yeah, no, that'd be a good idea. I just create a link on my website or my Facebook group that could list providers. So those that want to partner with the Tarrant County Makerspace and provide whatever services.
Yeah,
we could build a listing, basically listing index.
I think on top of what he might have mentioned there, might have been slightly glossed over is a company or group. So let's say, for instance, if maybe either a school or a group of people wanted to do either a corporate event or something like that, maybe they want something slightly bigger, a bigger grill, have them come in and something like that, or do a specific class just for a specific group maybe.
Yeah, so going off that same idea, I did have a gentleman come in the other day that specializes in CNC, and he's just in his garage. And so what he really needs is a media center, a place where he can more of a storefront where it looks a little bit more professional. And so I thought that was a good idea. So that's where that idea came from, to build a media center there on the far side of the wall. Really just an idea from someone that walked in off the street. So it's a related idea.
Jason, you have a question?
Yeah, Aaron, can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah, I was thinking just maybe some ideas for an awareness, bringing people out there. This may not work from a safety standpoint, but like welding with a twist, and you have like some whiskey or something while you're welding, just to kind of get a different crowd that might show up and realize they have a great love and interest for welding or for any of the service offerings we have. But then also some of the maker spaces I've seen have other things for families to do. So I can drop my kids off at the library and do children's programs while I'm doing the things that I want to do. I've seen my wife's taken our kids to do some 3D printing, and it just gives her the outlet to have somewhat of a childcare. So I'm just thinking, there could be opportunities to recruit family memberships if you had some other partners, maybe you get some partnerships with those type of entities.
Great, yeah, great idea. There has been there's been a couple of people that have expressed interest in focusing on younger people. So obviously we wouldn't do it here with the equipment that we have, but if we partnered with like a daycare facility, like you said, and we could bring that curriculum to them, then yeah, some kind of discount through that partnership, then yeah, it's a great idea. Thank you.
Anyone else? Can you tell them about that wall that is, it's really unique, the wall that you put up?
Oh yeah. You wanna go? If you look at Bill's screen, he'll show you that wall. Go on the other side, Bill. So when we originally got this space back in December, there was acoustic tiles up on the ceiling, and they were stuck to 2x12s going one direction and 1x4s going the other direction. They were just glued on there. So what we did is we took all all those tiles down, and we reclaimed the 1x4s, and we put it on this dividing wall. And so that's what created that look. And but yeah, it's all reclaimed wood from this space. Oh yeah, Bill's going to show you the bathroom as well. So we tore out the old bathroom, and I hope it's clean enough. So we did the same thing on that back wall. We had to do all the plumbing in there. We found that basin and that bowl at an antique mall, and drilled some holes in the bottom of that bowl to create a sink out of it. And I wanted that exposed copper look, so we had the copper run outside the wall.
Yeah, so Aaron, anytime you want to do some bathroom makeovers, like let me know, all right?
Yeah, so I am a general contractor. I've got many years in the construction industry, a lot of remodels. I mainly do the roofing and insurance claims, but since I've started this, I haven't really marketed it or advertised it at all. I'm really just focusing on Makerspace. But I certainly can, but that's we built that out ourselves because I've got that skill set. So.
Oh, cool. Okay, do we have any more questions for Aaron? Okay, I guess we will go ahead. Okay.
Is that the next slide? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just hand it back.
Okay, to who?
Yeah, hand it back.
Okay.
Everybody give Camille a hand for that wonderful Q&A session. All right. Thank you, Aaron. Really exciting place. And I have some other ideas. I'll email you offline.
Okay.
And if anybody else has ideas, please like the Makerspace, the Tarrant County Makerspace on your Facebook. On there is his email, and you can email him there with any other thoughts or questions you might have about his Makerspace. Okay, we are going to transition here. We're back to the starting slide. Let me advance here real quick. Okay, so I know you guys don't follow the news, so I'd like to just brief you on, there's a thing called a variant to the COVID-19. They call it Delta. And it seems to be in a position right now where we don't know if it's going to continue to grow or subside. What we do know, I spoke with the president CEO of North Hills Hospital on Sunday, And he indicated to me, and this is not I'm not trying to force any opinion or anything, but he basically told me the facts. And the facts is, yes, his hospital's full. 90% of the patients, the COVID patients, are those that have not had a vaccine or did not have a vaccine. Then I asked him if there were any patients that had COVID before and also the vaccine. He said no. He said no, we don't have any patients that had COVID before, but also had the vaccine. I'm one of those where I had COVID and the vaccine. So I'm just sharing that with you because I think we do follow the news. We do see what's going on. I just wanted to throw out to the entire community as to whether we take a minor pause on meeting in person to see how this Delta variant handles itself, or if we're comfortable choosing our own personal view to either come in person. We do have a few people here who are wearing their masks. They're in person, but we also know that some people are concerned about getting out and about, so they prefer to watch it virtually. I don't have an opinion, quite honestly. It's very easy to have a virtual meeting and not host in person, but the value of seeing everybody face to face is much greater when you are in person. So I just like to throw it out there to anybody and everybody on the call to just kind of see what our opinions are. I know Darlisa, we thought about a poll, and so Darlisa is gonna.
So this is taking too long. So
Okay.
if you are for virtual, going back to virtual, do 1. And if you are open to the hybrid, 2. In the comments.
We really couldn't understand what you said, Darlisa. Well, I couldn't.
Open to hybrid is number 2. Want to go back all virtual, 1. Need more votes. More votes. And you can always contact us offline and express. We don't want this to become a political thing. We are really just trying to see where our community is and what our thoughts are. If we do have people that are comfortable with hybrid, we will continue to do the hybrid. There are some of us that are comfortable with there are some of us that are comfortable with the hybrid, so it can continue to be a thing. We just want to know and kind of get a sense for where our community is. So that's the thought.
Do we have a tally?
It is even right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for virtual. 1, 2, 3, 4. So
David, did you vote?
vote.
I like that.
So we're dead even.
Okay.
We're dead even. But I mean, honestly speaking, the ones that are saying virtual are the ones that have been virtual. So yeah. Yeah, I do. You're going 1, 2. Okay. So we're even.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for that feedback. We'll continue to monitor. Working for the city, I'm privy to some advanced stuff and some more distilled information, that type of thing. So I'll keep an open mind on it. If we need to do another survey in the future, we can. So Jack-o'-lantern, putting you on the spot, pal.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Craig?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Well, as usual, there's all sorts of great things going on in our community and lots of things for you to tap into. And as I was talking about, it's really up to everybody to, based on their own situations, to decide whether or not they want to make events in person or attend virtually. We do have our Dynamic Women's Alliance. We've got a virtual networking luncheon today at 12 noon. So if you haven't had a chance to take a look at everybody involved in our Dynamic Women's Alliance, today is a great day. It's free. We're just coming in. We're going to have some fun. Everybody's going to get a chance to meet each other. So the link is in the chat. Go ahead and become part of that today. We are very big on developing your public speaking and leadership skills. And Angie, you guys are meeting every Monday from 12 noon to 1. And it is the same kind of virtual and hybrid situation. You want to talk about that real quick?
Sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Toastmasters meets here at the Chamber, Northeast Tarrant Chamber, on Mondays from 12 to 1. And we try to keep that, you can bring your lunch with you, but we try to keep it from 12 to 1 so everybody can make time for an hour just to improve your public speaking skills. You'll get a lot of practice with doing your 30-second commercial. There are opportunities to do speeches as well, but it really builds your self-confidence while building relationships and growing your networking. So join us here and virtually on Mondays from 12 to 1.
All right. Thank you very much, Angie. And Tracy, you're with us today, and you've got this actually before this meeting at 8 a.m. is Synergy NETC, and you guys are having fun, and that is all virtual, correct? And you want to tell everybody about that?
Yes, we meet Wednesday from 8 to 9 on Zoom. I have the link above. We are keeping it on Zoom right now. We are going to be looking soon to have hybrid, but at this time, it's going to be completely on Zoom. Please join us every Wednesday from 8 to 9.
Okay. Also put a link in there. If you haven't yet joined our meetup, our Northeast Tarrant meetup.com, you can link up with over 1,900 other Northeast Tarrant networkers. Just keeps you abreast of things that are happening in Northeast Tarrant County, and that's your chance to do some more linking up with other networkers. And we know that the more relationships, the better. And then we have a real special luncheon at the Chamber that we do every year in September. It's our nonprofit luncheon. And a lot of times, people don't know about really how well our nonprofit organizations serve Northeast Tarrant County. They make a huge difference, helping people who kind of fall through the cracks help them up and help them get back to being productive and meeting some of their needs that really make a difference here in the area. And you can't really do, economic development. We talk about it all the time. We're getting new housing. We're getting new businesses coming into Northeast Tarrant all the time. But economic development is also served by the nonprofits, and they make a huge difference. So this is your chance to come out and meet them and hear about what it is that they do. Also hear from local companies about the advantages of aligning your company with a nonprofit cause. So we've got a link in there, and hope you will join us for that as well. And let me see if anything else is.
Hey,
Chat. Yes, Craig.
You were a part of a workshop yesterday at the Tarrant County Commissioners Court. I know there's not a lot to share, but can you foreshadow what the county is possibly looking into?
Well, they're trying to figure out how they can continue to really support business and support everything Tarrant County. The two big things were really workforce. How do we support the workforce and make sure that we can help businesses to tap into an effective workforce? It's been tough, especially in the hospitality industry, to get people back into the workforce. So workforce solutions was a biggie. Also supply chain, what are some of the supply chain issues that are happening out there, and how can the county help with that? But and then also when you look at the hospitality, restaurants, event, those type of businesses that were most effective, how can we continue and give more support to them? And there were some specific programs that the county did that really helped, that we tried really hard to help people take advantage of, and they did for the most part. So we're overall doing well, and we expect to really be back to where we were before the pandemic in the spring of 2022. But, you know, if we keep getting, you know, Delta and Zeta and Sigma variants, that's kind of the unknown. So, but, you know, the outlook looks good. It's just a matter of where the county can continue to put, you know, more of their help and resources. So it was good. All the, you know, all the commissioners they asked good questions, and Judge Whitley as well. And, you know, I can tell you from the standpoint of county response, what the county has done through this pandemic, we're, you know, we from chamber standpoint, you know, obviously, you know, we promote business and economic development. We're really happy with the way that they collaborated with the cities and other elected officials to help us come through this pandemic. Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. And the reason for the workshop and in the chambers, Jack, you were there in person, I believe, right?
Yes.
That the county is in receipt of ARPA funds to the tune of about $400 million. And they've hired a consultant who is looking over the needs of the county, one of which is economic recovery. And so over the next couple months, they will be taking the results and trying to identify opportunities for possible business assistance and or business support. So we'll keep you, Jack and I will keep you abreast of that. And at some point, we probably will have a 1 million cups to summarize what programs might be available through the county in the near future.
Right. I think that is it. There's nothing new in the chat there. So I'll hand it back to you.
All right. This slide's intended for David. David, share your story with 1MC Northeast Tarrant County. I'm not picking on David. David's awesome. He's here with us in person. He voted for 2, the hybrid, but he's going to continue to come in person. And we appreciate your attendance, pal. But apply to present. We'd love to hear your story. We really want to work with you and kind of troubleshoot some of the barriers to your success. So please submit your application to the following link. We do have a presenter next week. But I believe we have an opening the week thereafter. Oh, great. Okay, so we are booked for the next 2 weeks. But please submit your application. David, submit your application, and we will look forward to hearing from you. Follow us on all the social media brands here: Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and cheer us on, cheer yourself. And I'm really proud of this community and what we've been able to do. We had about 10 people in the room, and we had about 20 people virtually. And a particular shout out to Melvin. Aaron, awesome. Thank you for following up with us today. I know when you presented earlier this year, you didn't have much to show, and it's really nice to see the handiwork that you've created and the repurposing of materials and all that stuff. Thank you for your support. All right, folks, we'll get you back to your business. Have a great Wednesday and have a great rest of the week. Thank you very much.